The robots have already taken over Twitter, for some people they've taken their jobs, and one day they'll even take over the Champions League. A supercomputer has already predicted the quarterfinal results, so what's the point in playing the games? Football can sometimes be a bit predictable, but then the beauty of sport is that the moment we start thinking that it usually turns around and proves us wrong. It's why we all lose accumulators every week. Check out our video on the Champions League's hardest groups. After all, who would have predicted Wigan beating Manchester City in the FA Cup earlier this season, or Sevilla knocking Manchester United out of the Champions League when the pair were drawn together in the last 16? Well, you know who didn't predict United going out? TalkSport's supercomputer. That's who. Well, the radio channel have been at it again with their machine, and after a rubbish last 16, it's had a go at predicting the scores for the quarter-finals. Liverpool win the first leg 3-1 at Anfield, with Pep Guardiola's side unable to overcome the deficit, despite winning 2-1 in the second leg. Jurgen Klopp's side would certainly take that. Klopp and Guardiola are no strangers to each other. Images Sevilla don't get the advantage of playing a team who refused to attack in the first leg this time. They lose 2-1 in Spain in the first leg. And the Allions, the home side, are victorious 2-0, taking them to another Champions League semi. The repeat of last season's final is due to be closer over 2 legs than last season's one-game affair. The old lady take a 1-1 draw to the Bernabeu, where Real, presumably through Cristiano Ronaldo, win 1-0. Juve and Real met in Cardiff in the final last June. Images the Camp Nou sees Barcelona run wild and grab a 3-0 lead in the first leg. Roma must out Barca with a repeat of the Catalan Giants' heroics against PSG last year, but can only get a respectable 1-1 draw at the Stadio Olimpico. It feels like two of those results are quite predictable anyway, although ask Manchester United how that panned out, of course, but the computer isn't that super really. In the last round, the same computer had United, Spurs and Shakhtar Donetsk all going through, and that obviously didn't happen, whilst none of the scores were correct either. Be careful which supercomputers you trust, I guess. They say supercomputer, I can't help but think it's just a piece of software.